shouldn't I? Yeah, now it's me, and now it's my Atari. Hello there, everyone. Greetings and salutations. I am Burr, and today's stream is very old games for old people because in less than 12 hours I will have circled around the central star of the solar system for 40 times, which is quite an achievement, but don't tell anyone. And so I thought, what better way to celebrate it than playing some old games from my childhood? Which will be a bit different from most people, because most people had some fancy consoles like NES or SNES or Sega's, and but not not people from behind the Iron Curtain, and especially not from Poland, because we've had the embargo put on Poland by Reagan because of the martial law, which essentially was between 1981 and 1983 in Poland, but the embargo and the economic ramifications were lasting until like the 90s. So people not only could not afford good computers and consoles and such, but they were not even available anywhere around. You had to either smuggle them from Germany or UK or Spain or France, or you had to buy whatever there was. And there were just obsolete computers that were 10 years old or at best 5 years old. And so I had one of those. I had an Atari 65XE, which had a whopping 64 kilobytes, which was still divided by the ROM, which had 16 kilobytes, and everything else had to fit into 48 kilobytes, which is a huge amount of memory. But on the other hand, it had really nice sound processor, so that was pretty cool. And the graphics was like 250 by 140 pixels, which was the most you could have. But still, I loved it, and until like 1994, I was playing all kinds of old games that were from 10 years before. And we can start with first of those. Before that, one disclaimer though. This is an emulator. I don't own those games anymore. The ones that I had, I couldn't own them even because they were not available commercially in Poland. Well, mostly because Poland didn't have any copyright law and no distribution channels until like 1995. But also we were pretty poor, so if you wanted to buy a computer, you had to gather money for a few good years, because an Atari cost like $250 and an average salary was $35 a month per person. And I had to allow you to also pay the rent, pay the bills, buy food, buy clothes, and then you could save maybe $5 a month. So how on earth would you be able to buy an Atari or something if you didn't have like relatives abroad that could send you some money as a, well, maybe not pittance, but like relief. So the Atari was somehow obtained by my parents. The games were all pirated, and those are as well, because like I said, I've never owned them, and I don't own them now. Hopefully Twitch will not do anything wrong with me because of that. Hopefully we shall see. So what I will start is a game that was one of the first games that I had. I don't know why, but for some reason I don't see this proper sound here, and I'm not sure why. Why am I not seeing the audio properly? I have no idea. I guess I know though. Hold on. Let me try something else then. Because the sound might be horrible here, but then again, this is still sound from the old computers. So if I try to add a this and hold on, oh, this, and set it to this particular game. Let me see if that could be captured, and that would be, and if that would be captured with the sound. Would that be captured at all? No, apparently doesn't want to be captured. So I don't know, for some reason before I was having the sound, now I am not. So I'll try and remove this, but I'm really curious why it is not showing. Give me a few moments still as I try to figure out which device I should be putting here. Will this device be giving off any sound? Okay, it is giving off some sound. Hold on. Okay. Okay, so this is a game, Caverns of Mars, which we as 7, 8-year-old children, well, I was 7, 8, my brother was 5, 6, we had no idea how to pronounce that game, so it was all kinds of Caverns of Mars, Caverns of Mars, Caverns of Mars, Canvas of Mars, all kinds of variations of Caverns of Mars. We had no idea how to call it. But it was great fun. As you see, this is the very, very primitive game. But still entertaining, and because it was quite difficult. And as you see, it is not very easy with an actual joystick. And I think I said that I am using my HOTAS that I usually use to play Squadrons as a joystick. So that this could represent exactly what I was doing then. Let me show it to you. My joystick looked a bit more, whoa, it should be game over soon. My joystick looked a bit more like what you can see on the picture right now, the one on the right. That was exactly what I had. But still, it was great fun playing that game, even though this game is as old as I am. It's been developed in 1981. As you can see on the screen, it was developed by Atari in 1981, so it's pretty old. And this is the kind of games that were made back then. Let me try once again. It's not... This game does not have a lot. When you finish the game, you're basically doing the same thing again, like with many old games, like with Pac-Man or with other old games from that era, like with Space Invaders or with Centipede. You just, the level maybe was quicker so that it gets harder, but basically you're doing the same thing, mostly because the computers didn't have enough storage for more. You could fit this in 16 kilobytes. That was already a really great feat of talent, of coding talent, but anything more and you basically were your computer was giving you everything she can. So I would not be surprised, I would be very surprised, and I was always very surprised when the game was offering something more. And some games where they were masterpieces in coding, people could fit all kinds of things in 16 kilobytes even, because then when you develop something, they wanted to the developers wanted to reduce it even more so it fits more computers, because some old ones only had 16 kilobytes of memory. And now you had to be very creative with how you're optimizing your code and how you're fitting all the sprites and the pictures and everything in the memory. So everything was reused millions of times. Alright, I think we could try another game now. And that other game might be another one of the games that is basically one of the cult classics, River Raid. It's from 1983, so a bit younger as a game. And I've seen quite a lot of those games even before I had Atari. So in mid-80s, some cousins of ours, or maybe at some arcade parlor where they had the arcade versions of those, and it always made me gawk and gape and wonder at how lovely this looks. This game is also very simple because you just shoot everything and fly straight. The levels are repeating, except more and more enemies are showing up. If you notice, one interesting thing is if you can take a look at the name of the company that made this game, a brave indie developer who decided to break off with Atari and no longer work for the evil corporate, just shape your own future. That was Activision back then in 1983. So what Harvey Dent said is all true. You either die a hero or you live long enough to see yourself become the villain. Just like Activision. But back then, they were heroes of the people. And rightfully so, because this game is fun. And it looks really nice, even today. It's something that you can enjoy playing. If you're good at playing. And it gets really difficult later, even with a better skills than mine. Mine are horrible, especially when I'm trying to recreate how difficult it was with a joystick, using my HOTAS. But I really liked it, and that game, I think it was released on everything. It was on Atari, it was on Commodore 64, it was on ZX Spectrum, it was on Amstrad, it was on Timex. It was basically on everything, I think. It was the Skyrim of its time. And everyone loved this game because it is wonderful. I don't know anyone from the 80s who would say I've never played River Raid. Because that was great. Of course, if you know how to play. I've not played it for at least 30 years. I'm hopeless at... Ow! Like I said, I'm hopeless at it. This is a marvel how... Oops. I'm sorry. One moment, please. Let me switch you back to something else, and I will get to you in a moment. I'm sorry, I'm back now, and let me switch to this view so that you could take a look closer at how it looks like. Let's try this again, except now you'll see closer how blurred the resolution is up close because it has to display on 1440p. It has to display the 250p at best, or 140p actually. Still, I really love how they fit really nice graphics, how you don't see that things are reused in it, and the more levels you go through, the more things appear, like the tanks will start shooting, you will have different faster planes, jets flying through. Now balloons are showing up with a lot of colors. No one really knows how they achieved that many colors, because in Atari you could display only 3 colors and the background. So it's in low resolutions, because in high resolution you can only have 1 color and a background. So in low resolution you can have 4 colors, and with that you have to achieve everything as much as you can. You have to try at least. So they were doing all they can to show that. And they were doing all kinds of crazy stunts. Like, you can show only 3 colors, but at a particular area you can divide screen into multiple screens, into multiple mini screens, and on each mini screen you would be seeing different colors. Like in this case you already can see that there's at least 7 colors on the screen, and somehow it should have been 5. And the Activision logo, oh my god, the Activision logo is a feat in itself with a rainbow. How do you show a rainbow in 4 colors? Okay, that would be enough for River Raid. So let me show you another cult classic. Not this one. This one seems to be broken. This one should be fine. Yep. This game has been remade in millions of various different variants. The Boulder Dash, where you're playing a funny little guy called Rockford in his quest to pick up all kinds of minerals and escape all kinds of nasty creatures. The physics in this game was kind of strange, because you could theoretically, it looks like you're moving on a plane, but somehow this is top down because the rocks fall on you. So this is a bit crazy in terms of physics, but it was really entertaining, and there's such a lot of levels in it, and it looks gorgeous that people love this game, and this is why it was then remade in million versions on million different machines, including mobile phones nowadays. I'm pretty sure somewhere on Google Store or Apple Shop you can find some version of Boulder Dash. I really enjoyed this game, and this is also one of the first games that I've seen, because a lot of people were playing that and having that. I might have been 5 when I've seen this game for the first time, and I fell in love with it. That was such a good game. And when you collect all the diamonds, you just move to another location, and another location would have different colors, and it can have enemies. And the environmental hazards, like falling rocks. That was a difficult game and a fun game. So the enemies would have a very, very simple AI, but still they would be a menace nonetheless. Let's release this guy. I think we were calling it the Ram. I don't know why, but we've been always giving different enemies different names. This one was the Ram, then later you might see the other one, the Butterfly. Okay. We somehow survived the Ram. But now before it attacks us, we can try and collect the other minerals, the other diamonds. Oops. which is not easy. I have to tell you. This game also, whoa, oh, I didn't notice that. This game also supports this emulator, sorry. This emulator also supports the Xbox or PlayStation controllers. But I decided to try it with an actual joystick, and I have to. This is another thing, you don't have save states. You have to start again, and a lot of people who have had NESs and SNESs do remember that. In NES or SNES, you could have like codes that will let you start from a particular place, and Atari or Commodore games had that too, but not as often. So usually, when you failed, when you lost all your lives, you would have started from scratch and had to do everything again. I love those sounds. They are so great. Oh, I don't even have to collect all of the minerals, I think. Because the shot means, I think, that the passage is open, right? Yeah, the passage is open, it's blinking. You can return. This time I will not release the RAM. I will just go on. This time we're not releasing the RAM. Also, this game had scrolling. Well, it wasn't great scrolling, but it was scrolling nonetheless. Very, very few games was written so well that they could allow scrolling. That is incredible memory management, where you can retain parts of the screen and load other parts at the same time. That was unimaginable, and that was 1983. How did they do that? I have no idea. I mean, this sounds funny today. This sounded funny 20 years ago, but look how smooth the scrolling is. I'm just walking and the picture is getting drawn as I walk. This is impossible. And then probably something like a whopping 10 frames per second or something. So even more incredible. I would never have dreamed of something like that before. This game is great. Okay, let's go on to the next level. Hopefully it's this way. Nope. Now I just have to find now I just have to find the exit wherever it was. It's not here, so maybe it was at the very bottom then. It might have been. Ah, there it is. Okay. Yep. And the next level. And again, it's full swap of a color palette. In here you can see that actually the colors look more like there were 4 of them. That's probably the payoff for trying to have this so smooth. Is that you can't play with a color. I think I blocked myself. Silly me. How did you... I don't remember how you forced yourself to die. Right now I think I have no other choice. Okay, I cannot do anything else, and I cannot push those because there's 2 in a line. I can't do that. And I don't remember how you killed yourself. So I'll just switch, maybe, to another game then. And that other game might be what next game could I show you? Now 2 of my favorite games, and either the most played or with the best music. So let me start with a game that was most played by me, which is me and my brother, which would be Bruce Lee. A licensed game, but as licensed games go, this one is really wonderfully made, and it plays great. And it's very loosely based on Enter the Dragon, but what it has is you could play co-op or you could play versus on the exact same game. Let me just show you the game itself. Start. This is me, Bruce Lee. I can kick, I can jump, I can hit the ninja, and I can hit Bolo, which for some reason we've been calling Cow. But he kind of looks like that cow statue. So we thought this is the same character. And what you could have been doing when you played in co-op or versus, the kind of co-optional game, is one player would be Bruce Lee and the other player would have been Bolo. So it is kind of like in Super Mario Odyssey or Super Mario Sunshine, when you're a star or a or the hat, so basically a meaningless helper, but you could do things. However, you can't hurt Mario as a hat or as a star, but you can hurt him. You can hurt Bruce Lee as Bolo. So if you play with your little brother and you annoy him, he will mercilessly kick you and hit you until you give in, or until you die, or until you get bored with the game. But that was also fun. I love doing that. And funny thing, there's a lot of people that don't even know that, even though in options you can see that you can choose between player 2 being computer or opponent. Oh shit. I'm gonna die. And I died. Luckily, I do not have to pick up any more lanterns, because I've picked all the lanterns and now a secret passage should be opened. Yeah, this is also something that we've not noticed until very late. Like, we've been playing this game for at least a year before we've noticed that this secret passage is opening. Ow! Okay, great. Yeah. Now I didn't pick up that lantern, and probably I will not be able to continue. Or maybe I can. Have at you, Bolo. This game is fun regardless of whether you play as one player or 2 players. It's always great. But if you can have a game that is this old, because this is 1984, and you can have it played as a co-optional game, where the character can cooperate with you, the other player, or the other player can fight you and thwart your every move, that is a great game, whatever you say about it. And it has quite a lot of different locations and different traps. Ow! Okay, like those fountains. I run through the fountain, and if I stop here, the enemies would try to kill me in that particular place. And die. As shown on those examples. That's the best you can do with them. You can just bait them to stand in the wrong place at the wrong time. And they will just die. It's made very easily. Those moving escalators, they just look like a bunch of glitched pixels, but if you turn on your imagination, they kind of work. And this game is great thanks to that. Ow. I don't know if I have any more lives. Ow. Okay, apparently I have. Not sure if that's not some kind of cracked version where you have infinite lives. I will check that in a moment when I've died a few more times, and it will let me play on. Now that passage has opened, and it's it's a very, very short and a very, very simple Metroidvania. But if you can put a short and simple Metroidvania on in such a small space, okay, I do have a game over. So, as you see, you can have 2 players, and the second player can be an opponent. This is the first time I've seen this word, so, and also it's hard, it was very hard in the 80s to find a good English dictionary in my small town where I lived. So most of those things I had no idea how to pronounce it, what it means. Everything was just a method of trials and errors to see what it does. So no strategy games, no adventure games, nothing that required any English for me, until I learned some more on different kinds of games and movies and film and TV shows. Alright, that might be enough for Bruce Lee. So let's go for Draconis, which has my favorite intro and my favorite music. Let's try and open it then. Cheers. This was my favorite game for a long, long time. It looks great. It's fun. And it has an interesting design. It has an interesting story. But my favorite part was that music. That music was my favorite part, and always will be. I'll always remember the music from Draconis. I think that was a game made in Germany by Zeppelin Games. So we're the Draconis from the title of the game. Ow. I wanted to jump, damn you! Not fall. I have to collect magical artifacts to then defeat the enemy. I don't remember what the enemy was called, but it was also some kind of alien dragon. So, of course, there was no intro. There was nothing to tell you why exactly you were doing all that. Everything was in the manual. If you had a manual, you had the story mode. If you didn't have the manual, you didn't have the story mode or anything like that. Also, the manuals were used as a anti-piracy thing. In many games, you had to type in what was the first letter of the 7th word on the line 13 on page 2 of the manual. Yes, I found the mystical morph helix of the old ones. When used in conjunction with the morph slabs, it will enable you to metamorphose into Draconute. And that is also a proto Metroidvania. Although I don't know if it's proto, because I don't really remember what year did Metroid come in, but was released in. But this is a sort of chamber game because you don't see scrolling, you see chambers shifting through into one another. But this was kind of a Metroidvania, and that music is also pretty cool, I got to say. I really love all the sound effects in this game and all the music. Ow, that hurt. Okay, let's go the other way now. Also, this game is pretty short because you can finish it in like 15 minutes, 30 minutes, something like that. If you know what to do and are not a terrible gamer like I am. No, that's not. That's more like how you do it. Okay. This one is dead. Those are the worst because I can't kill them. Or maybe I just forgotten how. Yeah. No, I'm really bad at this game. I did beat it a few times, maybe a few dozen times when I was young, but now I've forgotten everything. Still this game makes me smile, and the music makes me remember all kinds of cheerful times. Also, this game made a huge impression on me when I first time saw it on a color TV, because before we got an Atari, I've seen it at my cousin's on a green and black Atari monitor. That was, monochrome monitors look great, but things look much better when they're in color. So only when the first time I saw it in color, I was amazed because I loved this game before, but when you see all those colors, they are so vivid and bright, and oh, I love them. But still, even without the color, even monochrome, this game is great. And you can't say it doesn't look cool, because it does. I think this is replenishment. This is health replenishment. Okay, I managed to kill them all. Okay, this is just exercise in patience and command of your joystick, which I'm bad at both. I never like those because they will at some point chase after me. And here you're supposed to pick this one up, right? Or something? I don't remember. But I thought you were supposed to pick this up. Somehow I can't. Maybe I should have fallen here. Maybe not. Don't really remember. It was so long ago. Ow. Yeah. Okay. Ah, this was a checkpoint. Oh yeah. That was also something new in games. Who's ever heard of checkpoints? Ow. Oh, I have no more fire in my lungs. Ow. And game over. Every bit of music in this game is amazing. Even the game over sound. Let's listen to it for a moment more. Also, this is a British game actually. Not German. Okay, time to switch to another game maybe. And which game to show now? How about a game that, maybe not this one. The game that got me into Space Sims. Which also has a great music. The Last Starfighter. It was the release title. This is the title of the pirated version that was like stolen from the company, from Atari. But later was released under some other title, Attack of something something. I don't remember the title now, but it was released by the Crackers as The Last Starfighter, and that's the version that has been distributed across the Central and Eastern Europe in the time. I love this music as well. And this one even tells you exactly what the storyline is. That you've been recruited by the Star League to defend the frontier against Sur and the Kodan Armada. And we lift off. And it already looks like a proper space sim. You're above a planet, you have starfighters trying to shoot you, there are settlements on the ground. I don't remember how, but you could switch from lasers to bombs and you could destroy the settlements as well. Right now I can only know how to shoot. And also how to fly to other planets, because let me just destroy this one fella who doesn't want to get destroyed. Come on, stupid A-Wing. As you can see, they kind of look like they were designed based on Star Wars or Star Trek ships. Okay, so you can go around the star system. And you can take care of the Kodan squadrons that are approaching your system. You can fight in space as well as on the orbits of planets. When you fight in space, you don't get to defend the settlements from bombardments. Die. You have all kinds of systems here. Most of them don't show anything. Some do, like the radar shows you something, and the fuel shows you something, and shields. But most of them are just for fun. And they do they do fulfill their role, because this game is fun. My energy is low, so I won't be able to destroy this ship that's legally not a Star Destroyer, but it kind of looks like one. Especially those two balls that are shield generators. And the shape of it, which looks like the front of a Star Destroyer. Enemy in range, says the ship log, and it says, okay, energy is critical, so let's go to the sun to charge my energy. The dee-doo-dee-doo sound means that I've charged enough. And this is what where I should stop, because if I overcharge I will melt. This is another great thing. You will melt near the sun if you overcharge, because the sun's energy would just be too high. And this is also a game that I finished quite a lot of times, but this is another game like a lot of the games from the time that you can finish in like 15 or 30 minutes. You just need to know what to do and where to go. It wasn't that easy to fail this game either. I don't think I've ever like seen a game over in this game, so maybe today will be the day, but always it was like I'm bored with this game, I won't play anymore. But if I wasn't bored with this game, I would just play and play until I finish. Oh, okay, I think I've seen the game over screen when I've not noticed that my energy is too low. Okay, now my ship log shows that there's system malfunction and my radar is not working properly. So let's fix and charge again. Okay. It even says hull temp critical. Of course, I did not understand any of those. Either what warp engines engaged means or hull temp critical. The only thing I knew is what I figured out by trials and errors. But that's what kids these days also do. And they don't even understand what it says on the mobile, but they understand what they kind of feel what they're doing. Oh no, an allied city is destroyed on one of the planets. I would have to go there and try and eliminate the threat and that. Because I cannot allow all the allied cities to be destroyed either. That would reduce the points that I have in the game. So in a moment, when I destroy this Red Star Destroyer, I will go and destroy the enemies on the planet. I think this is the last one. Yep. So now I can go and I think they're destroying the cities here, are they? Are you destroying the cities here? Let's patrol the planet. Maybe not here, maybe on the moon. Let's go to the moon then. It might be on the moon. Enemy in range. Okay, so it might be here then. Let's destroy the starfighters first. This game really made me love the space sims. 5 years after... No, it was 5 years after this game before I played an actual space sim. Yeah, let's charge the... My energy is getting low. Oh, 5 years after this I've played my real space sim, which would be the X-Wing and then TIE Fighter. And those were even more amazing. And I loved them. I still love them. I still love, especially TIE Fighter, which introduced me to proper Imperial, proper ships, proper starships that the Empire was using, and introduced me to Grand Admiral Thrawn, about which I've been reading books a few years after that. Or maybe even soon after I played, I think it might have been even soon after I played TIE Fighter, that I started looking in my local library for Star Wars books, and I discovered Timothy Zahn and the Thrawn trilogy. And Thrawn has been my favorite character for a very, very long time in Star Wars universe. I don't think I'll finish this game, but I'm having great fun still, and this is good practice before we go into Star Wars Squadrons today. So I'll practice on this, and then no one will stop me. Okay, I can try and destroy them on those other planets as well. There might be no one here, but I'll patrol the planet anyway. There might be no one here. Let's see who is on this planet. Because usually the enemy would engage me very quickly. Oh, I don't have enough energy. Fine. Go back to the sun then. Now I can get to attacking some more ships. I know. Those ships also look a bit like Empire ships, don't they? So a lot of things are stylized to be recognizable by people. And this game, I don't know whether it's very popular or very recognizable, but I would recognize it everywhere. And the sound that the hull says that is full enough, the doo 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 doo, I would recognize everywhere as well. Die, Star Destroyer! Oh no, systems malfunction. I have to recharge and fix my systems. I hope they are... yeah, it seems like they're fixed. Okay. I can continue destroying the Kodan squadrons. Die, Kodan scum! Die, Kodan scum! Die, yellow destroyer. Or is it orange? Orange, die, orange destroyer. Oh, damn it. It's breaking my systems left and right. Now I have strength enough and I'm fixed to try and break them again. Okay, let's destroy this one. And then the orange one, right? Now it should be the orange one, yes. Hello there. Oh, you're blue, dabba-dee-dabba-da. Then I'll get you as well. A barrier under attack. What barrier? Don't remember the barrier. Or maybe I stopped playing this game way before I was learned enough in English to understand those comments that my law would say, like barrier under attack. Oh, that might be on one of the planets where they've landed on one of them and are trying to destroy things. One of the squadrons might have landed on my home planet. But okay, I shall switch to another game. Maybe I'll just die from this guy. I will not heal at the sun. I'll just die. Because I've not seen the game over screen in a long time. I think it was underwhelming. It was not something interesting, the game over screen, but still, there's a lot of things that are fitting here. Oh, okay, yeah. The Star League is disbanded. Rylus has fallen to Zor and the Kodan Empire. Yep, that is the end. Sorry for the blinking. That was how you show explosions in the olden days. So now let's switch to maybe a Polish game. How about that? The There was quite a big scene of writing games for Atari in Poland between 1990, 1989 even, and 1995. And in particular circles, people are writing games for Atari and Commodore 64. Even now, there are games that are being released this year, last year, 2 years ago. The scene is quite prolific. I'm impressed. I really am. Okay, so let's open. Nope, this one does not want to work. So let's open another one. Maybe this one will work. This one seems to be encrypted. This is, archive. This is how you were extracting data if it was zip. But this one is not working either. How? There was one that was working. Was it this one? One of them was, I swear. Nope. This one's not working either. How? How did I run it last time? Wasn't this one? No, it wasn't. Nope. Give me a moment, cause for some reason it doesn't want to work. Oh, okay, this one works. So the game is called Robo. Was developed by a company that was in a town not far from where I lived. And I was even given the secret password by the author of this game. If you typed in his first and last name, you got 80 lives instead of 8. But it doesn't seem to work on this emulation for some reason. I have no idea why. But let's start. This is a puzzle game basically. You have eight tries, and you are this robot who is very creatively called Robo. And you have to collect all the nuts and bolts on a particular level to repair your spaceship and fly on until you get home. In this particular level, there's still 7 for me to pick up, and you have to not screw yourself up. So you have to push the crates, you have to look out for the cannons, you have to look out for the enemies, and you have to not block yourself out from getting all the bolts, because there's only the amount that you need, and if you block yourself out of one, you're basically screwed and you have to start again. So you have to watch out how many times and where you move the crate. Like in here, I have to push it down instead of to the side, because otherwise I won't be able to go down here or in this part. So I just need one more, which is here, and now I can escape. I hear the explosion and I can go to the capsule. Except I can also check what is in the question mark. I can shoot at it myself, or I can let the cannon shoot at it. In this case, it was an extra life. Now I have 9 lives, but it could be a bolt that you need. It could be a key to a door. It could be an enemy or a cannon, but it also could be a capsule ready to go. That's the best one. If you get a capsule, you basically finish the level without finishing the level properly. Let's see what's in this question mark. Another question mark. That was perfect. Oh, great. There was too many shots out of the cannon, and it didn't let me pick it up. Too bad. Oh, I don't have any ammo this time, so I can't blow up the grass. I just have to push things and meet the enemies. People are giving them all kinds of names. Some people were calling them hamsters. I think me and my brother were calling them bit shame to say, but we're calling them black people, because they are black and they look like people. But I mean, hamsters is a bit more fitting name because they look like ow, I moved too high. They look like hamsters a bit, and if you touch them, you are done for. Let's see. Ah, I was too late. So when you play with a joystick, you are giving yourself a lot of extra effort in this game that you would not have to have had. Ah, now I have ammo. Yes. Now I'm a motherfucking man! I have a shotgun and now I can kill all those enemies. They don't hesitate to kill me, so why should I be any merciful? I'm ready for you, hamster. Okay, you're done for. Now, what do I have to do here? I don't remember this. There's 56 levels that you have to beat. And when the game was released, the author offered a reward. I don't remember what the reward was, but there was a reward for the person who first or a few person, like 50 person or 10 person, who first finished the game and send a mail, send a letter to him and tell him what the ending is. So if you tell him what the ending is, you were able to win something. I don't remember what the reward was, but I wasn't good enough to do that. So I never earned anything. Hey, hello Lemming, how are you doing? I'm playing games from the 80s and early 90s that I was playing on Atari. Let me switch the view again. I was having something like this and I was playing on that. Yeah, I am on purpose in the Discord video chat, voice chat. And I'm playing on my hotels because I want to feel like back when I was a kid and I was playing with a joystick. So this game has been made in the city near where I lived, and it was super popular back in the days in Poland. Oh, I don't have a key, so I'll have to find one. It was incredibly popular. It was so popular that the author has basically created a level editor for it, so that people can create their own levels, and they have, because there were millions of those circling around. Of course, they were like, you could record them as standalone games if you had a free tape, because every computer, every cassette player for Atari could also be a tape recorder, so you could record your own game created with an editor and you could distribute it around. Of course, most likely, unless your levels were really good, that was free distribution and a free game. But if your levels were any good, you could have tried to sell it to the author of those games. Now let's see if I will be able to put this bomb in the right place, because it's not that easy when you're moving with the joystick. I was never good at those games, but that never stopped me playing. Okay, I can now pick up the last bolt, and now I'm free to go where I need to, which is here to my capsule. And like I said, 56 levels, which is quite a lot, because one level takes you like 2 minutes, 3 minutes, depending on how well you know the level. So that's quite a long game. If you don't know the level, you can spend even like 15 minutes, half an hour on one level. Ah, okay, great. And the Atari logo added to the level design. There have been quite a few Easter eggs, like the name of the company. Ow! Like the name of the company added to the level. Oh, the Atari logo, like here. Okay, let me switch to yet another game. And that yet another game might be what to show now. Let me show you a game that was another of the games that I really enjoyed, which is Montezuma's Revenge, or maybe more precisely, this version is called Preliminary Monty, which is the reduced version of the original game. The author, Rob Yeager, was developing a game about a Mexican Tomb Raider that was raiding the tomb of Montezuma and had to escape it. So in the original version, that guy was wearing a poncho and a sombrero. There was a lot more on it. Maybe I'll actually show the version where there was more on it first. That would be a better idea. So this version had an intro. As you can see, this guy looks much more like an Aztec or an Inca or something. And you have it has an intro. This was a version that was shown by this guy to the public, so that the people can see what this game is. It was shown on all kinds of game shows. Yeah, so this is how the game looked like. There were spider webs around. There was a time limit, because if you weren't quick enough, there was this bird that would pick you up. So you had to be quick, and you had to be quick enough for the bird, because otherwise you would die many times. Also, because this was only a demo, was a version. Stupid bird, I hate you. This was a version that you couldn't finish because it wasn't done fully. You couldn't defeat the last boss, and some areas were locked. But a lot of things were like more. I hate you, bird. A lot of things were more polished and developed than the version that was finally released. So let me open the one that we've had before that was finally released, which is this one. This guy is no longer an Inca or Mexican or Aztec Tomb Raider. He's called Panama Joe, which is a ripoff of Indiana Jones. Panama Joe, because he's wearing a Panama, of course. And there's no spider webs. There's no additional decorations. There's no bird. And a lot of levels are simplified, but you can finish this game. And it's simplified because the company that bought it from the author, Parker Brothers, wanted it to be smaller, because they wanted to also sell it on simpler. Ow! They wanted to sell it on simpler computers that had only 16 kilobytes, so it had to be reduced to 16 kilobytes. And 16 kilobytes don't allow you a lot of things on it, so this game is reduced and many things, but some things are still the same, like the death scenes. I love the death scenes because you can burn in fire. When you this is close. When you drop down, when you burn in fire, you turn into smoke. When you drop down, you look like this ham that is jiggling its legs or wiggling maybe. Ow. Okay, let's try that again because this is my last hat. Ow! I forgot that it just drops straight down. Oh well. Because I have additional set of lives. I didn't remember that. I still don't remember. I still don't remember from whence this came that I have additional set of lives. But this is also a pretty cool version, and a lot of things have been. A lot of things are really amazing in this. Like a lot of well, okay, maybe not a lot of colors, because this version still shows that in Atari you had 3 colors and a background, because this is how many you have. You have blue, red, white, and a black background. But still, it is a pretty fun game. And it has a lot of enemies for an Atari game. All those skulls and birds and spiders. And all those elements. Usually you wouldn't fit that all. Especially not in 60 kilobytes. Oh no, I don't have my sword. Oh well. I'll just die on the skull and the skull will disappear anyway. So this was a pretty fun, and it still is a pretty fun platform game. Before there was many platform games like this. It's a bit too bad that it's pretty short. Oh shit. Ow! Yeah, there's a lot that I've forgotten about this. But okay, it's game over then, because I'm out of lives. Let's see some other games then. How about I show actual Star Wars? Because that's a pretty cool game. It's not as good as The Last Starfighter, but it's actual Star Wars game. Where you're flying an X-Wing. As you can see, the S-foils are in attack position. And the music is... Maybe I won't be copyright striked by that particular music. Because it's so janky, and it's not even 8-bit, it's even simpler than that. But this game is super reduced, super simplified. They don't even look like starfighters properly. However, Death Star looks like a Death Star. Because it's no moon, this is a space station. And I can fly on it, and if I'm good enough, I have to destroy all the missiles that are flying at me before my shields are reduced to 0. But at some point, the heat the opening should appear on the floor where I shoot, and the Death Star is blown up. Yay! I did it. Okay. The thing is, you just go to a higher level and you destroy another harder Death Star, which is a bit... It's destroying the immersion a bit, but that's not what happened in the movie. I didn't have to destroy a harder Death Star until way into Return of the Jedi. Okay, let's try to destroy the harder Death Star. Oh, this is Return of the Jedi, actually. No, sorry, this is the towers. You worry about those. You worry about the towers. I'll worry about the bombing or something. No, you worry about those fighters. I'll worry about the towers. So I do worry about the towers. I'm not worrying enough about those towers. So. Oh, and I'll get more points for shooting all the towers. I don't think I'll be able to shoot all the towers. No chance. Use the Force, Luke. Use the shield, X-Wing. This is also a good practice before we play Squadrons tonight. Yeah, I destroyed another Death Star. Let's continue on to the third Death Star. No. I've destroyed 2 Death Stars. That might be enough. Let's actually... No! Not like this. Not like this. Let's actually open another game. How about something that hooked me on fighting games? Because I mean, I've been hooked into fighting games the most when I've seen in the arcade parlor the best game ever, which is Mortal Kombat 1. No, Mortal Kombat 2 and then Mortal Kombat 1. Mortal Kombat 2 was my first and biggest love. But at home, is the meme, isn't it? I was asking, Mom, can I have Mortal Kombat? And Mom was like, we have Mortal Kombat at home. And this was Mortal Kombat at home. Which only after many years. Hey, hello!
Hello.
Hi back, how are you doing?
Not bad, thanks. I was saying, get it right. Mortal Kombat 2.
Yeah. So, well, we have Mortal Kombat 2 at home. I don't know if you're watching my stream as well.
I'm not, but I can.
If not, then give me a moment to switch this to standby, and I'll try to share this to.
Sorry. Hi, Burst viewers. I didn't realize that.
Yeah, don't worry.
Yeah, I turned up and he was talking away. I was like, oh crap.
Yeah, don't worry. It's fine. I was expecting people to come in actually. Okay, I think it will be without a sound. Although maybe it will. Let me try. Let me go live and tell me if you can see the game.
Is it the? Oh.
Yes,
Yeah.
so this was Mom saying we have Mortal Kombat 2 at home.
Oh.
Mummy, can we have Mortal Kombat? Like we have it at home.
Hold on, for some reason this one doesn't want to start. Maybe I've opened the wrong ROM. Because this maybe it hold on. Maybe it should have been this one. It has even the music, so this should be this one. Okay. So this is the Mortal Kombat at home. I loved when I was playing Mortal Kombat back home, in the arcade parlor, and then back home I had this to look for. But this one is pretty cool too, because you can have quite a large range of hits, and
I'm on your stream now, by the way, so you can actually show
Oh.
your audience what's going on.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't. Oh, of course. That's exactly why I shouldn't be streaming because I'm forgetting about those things. Okay. Now.
It's all right. That's fine.
Yeah.
This is a casual stream.
There we go.
Yeah. This is a casual. Well, every stream of mine is a casual stream. So let me start again.
Oh,
Sometimes
lovely.
I'm getting good at this. Sometimes I'm not. But this is more like actual karate.
I do not see a hand moving that joystick. I call hacks.
Yeah, people would. Well, in the arcade parlor, you always see what the opponent does. And at home, also, when I was playing this with my brother, he was at his joystick and I was at mine. Also, we could see that this is who was doing what. And sometimes it was too janky, but sometimes when he got things exactly right. Yeah, now we just locked each other at the corner. So also there's a timer, so it's quite like actual World Karate Championship where you would win on points.
Ah.
You could earn points at that. So one hit and done.
You're out.
This game was pretty cool and I really liked it. But at first I was really sad that Atari and other 8-bit systems didn't really have Mortal Kombat.
Nope.
So I could properly engage in fighting games only when I got a PC a few years later.
Well, Mortal Kombat really only kind of came to home console. I think the Genesis was the big kind of one that was on.
Yeah, yeah.
I think Mortal Kombat came to all kinds of things. It did come to Genesis.
It did go to Super Nintendo, but I do remember that.
It wasn't Super Nintendo and it wasn't Game Boy.
Really?
Yeah, Mortal Kombat 1 was on Game Boy. It was horribly mutilated, but
yeah,
it
sounds like it was mutilated, which is kind of appropriate for Mortal Kombat, really, but still.
That's true.
And they also removed all of the blood.
Yeah, because that was the kind of Nintendo requirement, but also blood is additional animations that you have to fit on the cartridge.
That does kind of baffle me a little bit when I hear that. It's like Mortal Kombat, the game known for its blood and gore. Yeah. Right then, what should we remove from it? The gore. Right then, you know.
Wait, what?
In one of the versions, I don't know if it was Genesis or some other console, the blood was replaced with sweat. It was just painted white.
Yes, I recall that.
Censorship, don't you love it?
I mean, sometimes you do, sometimes you don't. Some censorship is fun, but sometimes...
It reminds me of a little game I played a long time ago called Carmageddon.
Oh god, Carmageddon. Censorship
Carmageddon was great.
Carmageddon on limitations can sometimes actually lead to good innovation and interesting workarounds. Although, generally, I'm like, yeah, people will play a game. Don't tell people not to play this game because it's not this game. Let people enjoy what they want to enjoy.
Right?
I mean, I'm not a bloodthirsty individual, but I like ripping people's heads off in Mortal Kombat. You know, it's just
because it's fiction. Yeah. We know it's fiction.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm aware that it's fiction, and I'm aware that there are also people who can't distinguish it from reality, and those people are what we call mentally disturbed. You know, and that's something which should be looked into and considered. You know, we should see about solving that problem in the actual way of solving that problem.
We also call those people like children below the age of 5 or 6.
Yeah, there's a reason we have a disclaimer on the front of the covers, you know.
It's true.
They released a game called Carmageddon. It was a racing game, very cool. But it was the racing game that would allow you to smash the other vehicles' cars, kill them, and run over civilians.
That's true. I really loved Carmageddon.
Yeah, it was great. But when it hit Germany, they removed all of the civilians and replaced them with robots.
Of course they did.
Of course.
So that was nice.
The combat games that I remember the most, personally, I never got into Carmageddon, but I did get into was Twisted Metal.
Oh, yeah. I remember. I only ever had a demo of Twisted Metal, so I can't say about the full game. But what I played was enjoyable.
I
I think I'll be
played.
switching to the last game of my stream,
Ooh,
which is pretty fun, but the music is so irritating. This part of the music, it'll just loop around forever, and this is more of a
Zora.
it's a sort of precursor to the point and click game, because you have to pick up all kinds of elements
hang
that
on.
will help you unlock others.
What was this available on?
That was on Atari, but I think it might have been on Commodore as well. I don't know if it's ever been released in consoles.
No, it's just somewhere in this room I have the Commodore 64 cassette of this game.
Yeah, it's definitely been on Commodore.
I certainly have a cassette of it somewhere.
I've never had a cassette, I've never had any of those games legally because they were just not available.
I won it in a raffle. There was a retro gaming like tombola going on, you know, where you buy
That's so
tickets, and if
cool.
tickets have a number, you win whatever's according to the number. And I won this Zorro game.
I would have loved to have something like that.
Never played it because I don't have what you need to run it, but I've got it somewhere.
Yeah. I've had the games that were developed in Poland because they were actually also distributed and sold in Poland, so I was able to buy those. But I was never able to buy English games or
Yeah.
German games rather, or American games, because I've never been able to obtain them from anywhere.
Mm.
Hold on, I need to bounce properly on the sofa. I have no idea why
Oh,
this
no.
sofa is just in the middle of a hacienda, but sure, why not?
But there it is.
Yeah, I mean, was it the yard sale or something? I think I had to put this.
Maybe
somewhere
the
there was
sofa is
a-
how they actually get around.
Sorry?
Maybe the sofa is how the people who live there get around.
Yeah. Maybe. Oh yes, it was. Indeed. I think I had to take this to the blacksmith. And oh, there's the Corporal Garcia with my girl.
Oh no!
Oh no! Oh, I've just died. Never mind,
Down.
I have 3 more lives. But somewhere there, I was supposed to like put 2 bells on that bell tower. I like how he makes the signature Z when he defeats the guards.
Oh yeah, it's Zorro.
Yeah, of course.
I'd have to rate the game downwards if he did anything else.
Right, he was one of the first superheroes in the popular culture.
Hmm. That stands to reason.
Hold on. When did I... Oh no! I forgot that when I go back out, the door locks and I have to pick up the key again.
Oh no.
Yeah, I wasn't expecting that, but...
What sort of
Fine.
idiot designed this lock?
Who created this door? Yeah, a lot of guards are probably asking that question.
Yeah, the guard, like, he's done well, not exploring, but he's done patrolling the inside of the house. He leaves.
Yeah.
I was like, oh crap, I forgot my gun. Oh, the door's
Yeah.
locked.
Yeah. Good thing the key's being resurrected, so... Oh, great. I dropped the key while bouncing on the sofa. Ah, let's do it again. Bounce. Let's try the draw trick again. Either avoiding the guards or... Yeah, I can avoid the guards. Ah, can't catch me, you don't know how to climb the stepladder.
Or is it just a normal ladder?
I remember playing very similar games. To this. I remember playing like a Hunchback of Notre Dame game on my Commodore.
It might have been very similar. I don't know how irritated you are with the music, but I'm already fed up with it.
Well,
Even
it's
though
Atari. It's the day where we had one piece of music and that's all we had. You know?
Yeah.
It was a piece of music or it was soundless. You know, it's like
And
that's
yeah,
that
we
was
had
the
one piece of music and we liked it.
we liked it, or we got tired enough of it that we turned mute on the TV.
Yeah. Sometimes you could do that in games, sometimes not. Sometimes you had to do that on the TV.
That's when you knew we were dealing with a real scripted,
Yeah.
a really well programmed game. If you could turn off the
Yeah.
sound and the actual options. Yeah.
Indeed. I think you
To be
could
fair,
do that.
it was amazing
yeah.
if there was an option screen.
No, you can't, actually. Okay, let me defeat these guards, cause... Okay. I think I might... Although, maybe... Is there any more game that I actually want to show of those that I have here? Okay, just one game that was developed like a few years ago. Should have the date. No, it doesn't, but it is like a game from 2 years ago, something like that.
I'm
Is it
listening.
version? Or is it not? This is an emulation of a Russian ripoff of Nintendo Game & Watch. Believe it or not, but what is shown here is a piece of electronic that people were buying in the 80s in the Soviet bloc countries because it was a Soviet ripoff of the Game & Watch. Except I don't know how to properly control it. It seems to be mapped to keyboard. Okay, I found 2 of them, and I found the other 2. So, you know how in Nintendo Game & Watch you have like a cook that cooks meats and throws them up on the pan, or you have Mickey Mouse picking up eggs. So in the Soviet version...
No. Let's forget, it's legally distinct Mickey Mouse picking up.
It's a legally distinct, yes. The Japanese Mickey Mouse. But, or maybe Nintendo bought the license from Disney, I don't know, they could have. However, this was absolutely illegally created as a ripoff of Game & Watch. It was created by a company called Electronica, which means electronics. And they made electronics, guess what?
Who'd have thought it?
Yeah, the characters in this game are from also very popular Soviet cartoon series about a wolf and a hare. The cartoon was called Nu Pogodi, which means I'll show you. Because this is what the wolf was always calling to the hare. I'll show you, Nu Pogodi! And it was kind of like it was very propagandist, this cartoon, because the wolf was like this character that was always up to no good. He was not listening to the official requests, and he was not doing what the proper Soviet person was supposed to do. Whereas a hare was a young pioneer, and he was always like singing the hymn, and he was working 300% of the norm, etc. All the things that the Soviet person should be doing. And the wolf was showing all kinds of bad behavior. He was smoking, he was drinking, he was up to no good. So it was a very moralizing cartoon, but the character was super popular, and everyone in the whole Soviet blocks loved them. To the point that they were making rip-off games about them. Okay.
Yeah, it happens.
Yeah.
It's ingenuity. What's the word?
That was the first and for a long time only handheld I had.
Yeah.
Yes,
If something's popular and not available somewhere, the people there will make at least a version of it available.
Absolutely.
More common than you think. That's where Miss Pac-Man comes from.
Yeah.
Yeah, true. Okay, I'm fine with the stream that I've had so far. So let me turn this off. And let me also switch to my sleeping video.
Aha.
And while my stream is finishing, we can just wait for the actual real game, which is Star Wars Squadrons.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
I see.
Whereas in the background, I've been playing Tarkov, as I usually do.
Of course. So
Yeah.
everyone in the stream
And banning people.
that was watching that or in the highlights. Thank you very much for watching it, and see you around in half an hour.